Welcome back, guys. We have George Carlin. Death penalty. How do you feel about death penalty?
I'm sorry. Sorry, okay. Um, I have mixed feelings about the death penalty.
That's it.
Do you want me to go really deep into?
Me personally, I have no problem with the death penalty, right? But it should be expanded to particular things. What I mean by that is, anyways, it should be expanded to where it shouldn't be so quick and clean.
Oh, like a public hanging.
Like stuff like that. Like because those type of things are deterrents against the action that had
No,
happened.
I actually totally agree with you there because I feel like if we brought back really like hardcore death penalties, it would lessen the crime
Right.
committed a little bit because
Like if you rape somebody, they cut off the member. You know what I'm saying?
I
You
think
can't
no,
use it.
really, yeah,
You can't use it anymore. So,
I'm all for that.
same thing with molestation. Boom, out of there. Slice it off. Now, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do anything like that now. You got somebody murdered a couple people, you need to fill up a stadium full of people, give them rocks that weigh about a pound apiece, and you just stone them to death. You do these things because, well, you might not want to fill the whole stadium. Some people can't throw. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a couple of extra deaths involved in that when people getting struck in the head by rocks from people trying to throw them down below. But just fill it, have people get up, they get their chance, and they throw. These things were actual deterrents because someone would be like, I'm gonna kill this person. But then they start thinking like, I don't want to get put in a circle and rocks thrown at me
hmm
for 10 minutes. That's because we fear death.
If crimes were more, if punishment was more severe, then the crimes would be less.
Right. They start trying to use jail time for the severity. And that's why it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just going to increase your jail time. You know what I'm saying? Or you'll get longer for this, you get longer for that. That doesn't really work because people just like, all right, well, I'm going to go into a place, I'm going to have to fight some people, blah, blah, blah. And I'm still getting fed. I'm still getting housed. I'm still getting no.
Still getting communication with the outside
Yeah,
world.
I'm still getting communication. I still get a chance to get that. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be like so strict, but I'm just saying to the point to where we have full on evidence that you killed 3 people. You getting the death penalty.
And it's not going to be some shot that's going to make you go to sleep.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be that. It's gonna be firing squad. I just say that because I understand what since we fear death, like we fear death, we fear pain.
Yeah.
We fear the things that could end our life. That's natural. We fear those things. So when you're looking at somebody like, oh snaps, I'm like, this dude just got you're like, I don't wanna do that. Say that right. It's
Why did
natural.
we? I mean, historically speaking, why did that ever stop?
Because we're here in America and everyone wants to feel like their opinion or the way something should be done should be implemented on society. So people start, well, that's inhumane, or that's inhumane. That's inhumane. We start going that way. There's some parts in the country still cutting off thieves' hands, still whipping out like whips and whipping people in the back. Look at our crime rate. Look at their crime rate.
Right.
I'm just saying. My buddy went in the Air Force when he was over in, I think he was in China. An
No.
argument, huh?
No.
Hmm. When he was in, an argument could get you 5 years.
An argument,
An
like a public
argument, a
argument.
public argument could land you 5 years. Why you think Japan ain't carrying no guns? That's automatic time. Like they just don't play with it. So there's some things where it's just kind of like, damn, okay. That's why they be like, them Chinese people, like, I'm sorry, and they be dipping out. Like, don't want no arguments. 5 years, and there's some real jails, real jails. Anyways, let's check out this death penalty.
Let's do it.
The same way we made up the death penalty. We made them both up, sanctity of life and the death penalty. Aren't we versatile? And you know, in this country now, there are a lot of people who want to expand the death penalty to include drug dealers. This is really stupid. Drug dealers aren't afraid to die. They're already killing each other every day on the streets by the hundreds. Drive-bys, gang shootings, they're not afraid to die. Death penalty doesn't mean anything unless you use it on people who are afraid to die. Like the bankers who launder the drug money.
I went somewhere I wasn't expecting it to go.
Forget the dealers. You want to slow down that drug traffic, you got to start executing a few of these fucking bankers. White, middle-class, Republican bankers.
Wow.
I'm not talking about soft American executions like lethal injection. I'm talking about fucking crucifixion, folks. Let's bring back crucifixion, a form of capital punishment the Christians and Jews of America can really appreciate. And I'd go a little further. I'd crucify people upside down. Like St. Peter, feet up, head down, and naked. I'd have naked upside down crucifixions on TV once a week at halftime of the Monday Night Football. The Monday night crucifixions. You'd have people tuning in and don't even care about football. Wouldn't you like to hear Dan Deerdorf explain why the nails have to go in at a certain angle? And I'll guarantee you one thing, you start executing, you start nailing one white banker per week to a big wooden cross on national TV, you're going to see that drug traffic begin to slow down pretty fucking quick. You wouldn't be able to buy drugs in schools and prisons anymore. Now, I don't care about capital punishment one way or another, because I know it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything except maybe satisfy a kind of biblical need for revenge. You know, if you read the Bible, you see that it's full of retribution and revenge. So really, capital punishment is kind of a religious ritual. It's a purification rite. It's a modern sacrament. And as long as that's true, I say, let's liven it up a little. I honestly believe if you make the death penalty a little more entertaining and learn to market it correctly, you just might be able to raise enough money to balance the stupid fucking budget. And don't forget, the polls show the American people want capital punishment and they want a balanced budget. And I think even in a fake democracy, people ought to get what they want once in a while, just to feed this illusion that they're really in charge. Let's use capital punishment the same way we use sports and television in this country to distract people and take their minds off how bad they're being fucked by the upper 1%. Now, Unfortunately, Monday Night Football doesn't last long enough. What we really need is year-round capital punishment on TV every night with sponsors. Gotta have sponsors. I'm sure as long as we're killing people, Marlboro Cigarettes and Dow Chemical will be proud to participate.
Don't forget my
Beer companies.
And let me say this to you, my interesting Judeo-Christian friends. Not only do I recommend crucifixions, I'd be in favor of bringing back beheadings. Beheadings on TV, slow motion, instant replay. And maybe you could let the heads roll down a little hill and fall into one of 5 numbered holes.
Oh, Lord.
Let the people at home gamble on which hole the head is going to fall into. And you do it in a stadium so the mob can gamble on it too. Raise a little more money. And if you want to expand the violence a little longer to sell a few more commercials, instead of using an axe, you do the beheadings with a handsaw. Hey, don't bail out on me now, goddammit. Blood is already on our hands. All we're talking about is a matter of degree. You want something a little more delicate? We'll do the beheadings with an olive fork. That would be nice, and it would take a good goddamn long time. There's a lot of good things we could be doing. When's the last time we burned someone at the stake? It's been too long. Here's another form of capital punishment. Comes out of a nice, rich religious tradition. Burning people at the stake. Sponsor, Bridgeford Charcoal.
Charcoal company.
And you put it on TV on Sunday mornings. The Sunday morning evangelicals send us an offering, praise Jesus, human bonfire. You don't think that would get big ratings? In this sick fucking country? Shit, you'd have people skipping church to watch this stuff. And you take the money they send into the offerings and you use it to balance the budget. What about boiling people in oil? Boy, those were the days. You get the oil going real good, you know, a nice high rolling boil, and then slowly at the end of a rope, you lower the perpetrator head first into the boiling oil. Huh? You talk about fun shit. And just to encourage citizen participation, you let the mob in the stadium control the speed of the rope. Good, clean, wholesome family entertainment. The kids will love it. The kids will love it. And at the same time they're enjoying themselves, we're teaching them a nice Christian moral lesson. Boiling people in oil. Sponsor, Crisco. And maybe instead of boiling all these guys, every now and then you could French fry a couple of them, you know? French fried felons. Dip a guy in egg batter just for a goof. You know? Kind of a tempura thing, huh? Jeffrey Dahmer never thought of this shit, did he? Jeffrey Dahmer, eat your heart out. Which is an interesting thought in and of itself. All right, enough nostalgia. What about some modern forms of capital punishment? How about we throw a guy off the World Trade Center and whoever he lands on wins the Publishers Clearinghouse? Okay, something a little more sophisticated. You dip a guy in brown gravy and lock him in a small room with a Wolverine who's high on angel dust. There's one guy's not going to be fucking with too many kids at the bus stop for a while. Here's something really nice you could do. You shoot a guy out of a high-speed catapult right into a brick wall. Trouble is, it'll be over too quick. No good for TV, you know. You have to do a whole bunch of guys right in a row. Rapid fire capital punishment.
It's a rapid fire.
While you're shooting off one, you're loading up the others. Of course, every now and then you would have to stop to clean off the wall. Cleanliness, right next to godliness. All right, high tech. I sense some of yous are waiting for high tech. I got it. You take a small tactical nuclear weapon and stick it up a guy's ass. A thermonuclear suppository. Preparation H-bomb. You talk about fallout, huh? Or you take the bomb and you stick it just inside that little hole on the end of a guy's dick. You know?
Oh.
The bomb in a dick. When it goes off, the guy wouldn't know whether he was coming or going.
He going out there with it. Man. Out there. Woo, boy.
He came up with some scenarios.
I know. Stuff I talked about in the beginning ain't even nowhere near what he was on. Dang.
Catapults.
Completely just oiling people.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I know some people used to boil people in oil. Some countries. Wow.
Oh, man.
Show me how.
The holes at the bottom of the hill.
Oh, yeah. You know how many, that would bring in so much money. People betting on it, it would bring in so much money. like cut them all at the same, like have like 4 heads. You just cut them all at the same time, and then they go into their hole, and then you try to see which one's gonna get down there first and what hole it's gonna go in. That'll bring in so much money. I wasn't even thinking like. I was just thinking of, stoning people again and cutting off wieners. And this dude, he has a whole list of things you could do. I had broadened my horizon a little bit.
His facial expressions crack me up.
Legendary. Man, that was funny. Well, how do you feel about the death penalty now?
Oh, man.
I mean, he's getting rid of a stigma of society. He is bringing in revenue.
No, true.
So
as long as we can balance the budget,
yeah, exactly.
We're good.
We're getting it. I'm talking about.
Bring it.
That was great. So you still have
my mixed feelings. It was more so along the lines of how it should be done and with whom it should be done. Like, I feel like it shouldn't be a question if there's a murderer as to whether or not they deserve the death penalty. I mean, once they're proven guilty, you know what I mean? Not like, oh, this person murdered this person,
well,
But once they're proven guilty, I just don't see why this person's murder is less death penalty-ish than this person's murder. You know what I mean?
I kind of also feel like they kind of did away heavily with death penalties because there was a lot of innocent people getting jailed.
And that's understandable. Like, I do feel like that there would need to be a lot more.
Right, because like alright, so take this for example. If you take in, alright, so you had slavery, then you had separation. So when you take in these type of like social things, the poor class,
so they don't have a fighting chance.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like you could put like a poor white guy on trial for something he didn't do. You know what I'm saying? And he gets jailed. You put a black guy on there. It's the racial equality. You could do those things back at that time, and then people was getting killed, electrocuted, all that type of stuff for stuff they did not do.
And then you find out later that they were innocent.
Right, then because like someone else is doing
money.
it. Yeah, and like I was looking at like how many people are jailed, like wrongfully jailed and in prison and stuff. It is like 300,000 people.
So how do they decide who gets the death penalty? Like, how do they decide?
I don't know. I think it's all about the ruling. Like, you'll be put to death
and where
and stuff
it's legal.
Right,
because I think
like
it's
that.
legal here, but I don't know. I don't think it's legal.
It's kind of like
everywhere.
All that. But so I kind of understood why a lot of places moved away from it because you could just be killing an innocent dude. You know.
But I still think the threat should be there. Like the fact of the matter that if the threat is there and yes, it's real, then what we spoke about at the beginning of the video makes sense.
Right. Well, that's all I got. I'm Nixon. She's whatever. And we're out.